Hi. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Dom. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I typically make bookish content, movie content, and anything else in between because I like to do whatever I want on this channel, and today's going to be movie content. Today we are going to go over everything I watched in the month of February. I watched a total of 4 movies, I finished 1 TV show, and I actually saw a musical that I will touch upon. The first movie I watched in the month of February was cartoon Saloons, Wolfwalkers. And this is actually the only new to me movie that I watched in February. This movie takes place in the very, very early days of the British Isles. Our main character, whose name I don't remember, she's living in Ireland with her dad, and her dad hunts wolves. One day she is out in the forest, comes across these wolves, also comes across a little girl named Maeve, who is what they call a wolf walker. Meaning when Maeve is asleep, she can turn into a wolf. The two become friends, and one of the big mysteries of this movie is what happened to Maeve's mother. I ended up giving this movie 4 out of 5 stars. It was a really fun adventure. It was also really funny. Maeve's a really funny character. It had the Irish folklore I was looking for. There's just something about Irish folklore that I'm addicted to. I love everything I read about it and everything that I watch that involves the Irish folklore. And I also just like an adventure story with 2 girls. Oftentimes many adventure stories are with all boys, or if there are girls, it is a mixture of boys and girls, but I like seeing 2 female friends just get along and get through their lives. Something I think this movie handled well was the incorporation of religion in the story. In January, I watched Cartoon Saloon's first movie, which also incorporated religions. It incorporated Christianity with paganism and combined the two. And in that movie, the 2 religions got along. It didn't matter that, you know, one friend was this, one friend was that. In this movie, they incorporate Christianity, specifically Anglican, I want to say, and paganism. But in this movie, the 2 religions do not get along, because part of it, one of the reasons these Christians are attacking the wolves is because of the paganism. They want to get rid of the wolves because they want to rid the land of paganism and turn the land into a Christian country. And I thought it handled that story very well. It actually put things at stake for these characters. It begs the question, how is Maeve going to survive in this land that doesn't want her alive and refuses to acknowledge her existence as a proper one? I had to add a few scenes to my crying log. The dad made me cry a few times, and I like the dad's arc too because obviously he loves his daughter. There's a few times where he doesn't believe in his daughter, but it's not just because he was an asshole father. It was because you could see he didn't want to believe her because he knew what she was talking about would go against her safety, and he just wanted her to be saved, especially because she didn't have a mom. And as some of the stuff he said at the end, I was like, damn, men, something about men crying is my weakness. Every time a man cries, I start crying. And of course the animation was very interesting to look at because I've noticed with Cartoon Saloon movies, it's recognizable enough where I could still see a movie as a Cartoon Saloon style, but each movie has a distinct style. Like their first one, Song of Kells, has a very geometric aspect, like everything is perfectly even. Song of the Sea, that really wasn't the case, but it was kind of just still normal. Whereas in this one, in Wolfwalkers, things are uneven. The main characters are a different animation style. Like the main girl was clearly animated differently than Maeve, and the backgrounds were different too in a way I don't know how to explain. It's like you can kind of tell the main characters were made using computers, but the background looks like it was hand painted. Like I know the background, like they probably use computers for that as well, but like they just made it so distinct that that's what I think of. And I loved watching them move because of that. Like it was just so, it flowed so well. It was just so, it was enchanting. Which I guess leads me to my final point. Everything about this film was just enchanting. It was a cute story, handled love and loss and the religions very well, and just charming, enchanting. Would watch again. The last 3 movies I didn't really watch until like the last 5 days of the month, so at first I thought I was going to go into this video with only 1 movie. But alas, I went to an ABBA theme disco party held at House of Blues in Chicago, and it was so fun. So I felt inspired. Let's totally just listen to ABBA non-stop. I solved that problem by rewatching Mamma Mia. If you don't know what Mamma Mia is about, it's about a girl who's living with her mom in this hotel they started on a Greek island. The girl doesn't know who her father is, so she reads her mom's diary and invites all 3 men it could possibly be. It's a jukebox musical, and every song used in the movie is an ABBA song. I had a blast. This movie is fun. Like, it's just, like, on a technicality level and, like, It's not like Oscar worthy by any means. Like on a technicality level, like sure, 2 out of 5 stars. But that's if you're a boring person. I don't like being boring. I like to have fun sometimes. So on an entertainment level, it is a 5 out of 5 star movie. Like it's kind of bonkers at times. And like the other thing about it is that no one in this movie, except arguably Amanda Seyfried, but like everyone else in this movie is not a particularly good singer, but that's kind of what made this movie so charming. Like my other thing with musical movies is that they hire these great professional singers, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's kind of embarrassing when I'm watching Les Miserables and I'm trying to sing on my own and I sound like a dead cat compared to Samantha Barks, and then my friends are just staring at me and laughing. But with Mamma Mia, like since everyone's not particularly good at singing, it makes you more confident in yourself. So like whenever I would watch this with friends in the past, like we're always singing along. Nobody's embarrassed because some of us sounded terrible. Some of us sounded better than Pierce Brosnan, and that's all. So like all that matters is that you're having fun. I can't really say any more about it because it is a rewatch. A lot of people have seen this movie by now. It's one of those movies where if someone says I've never seen it, like people look at you in shock because it's a family classic. And actually, before I move on, I think another thing I like about this movie so much is that you can tell the actors are having a great time. Because you know there's just some movies where the actors take themselves too seriously, or you could tell the actors not enjoying the process. Like this one, everyone just seems like they're having fun. Like Dancing Queen, you cannot tell me those actors weren't having the time of their lives. So I had a fun time at that party, and I was like, wow, you know what else I should watch? I should watch the sequel to Mamma Mia. So I watched Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. Donna has died, so now Sophie, played by Amanda Seyfried, she's taking over the hotel. She wants to do a grand reopening. She invites everyone to come, and then you also get to see Donna's past. At a technicality level, this is actually kind of worse than the first one. This has major continuity issues. Like for example, like in the first movie, they kind of made a point that all 3 men were hippies in the past. In this movie, they're not. They're just your average Joe. Donna's mom was supposed to be dead according to the first movie, but she's alive and well in this one. But you know what? Like I said with the last movie, I like to have fun, so I don't really care. Like all the music was good. I'm glad they went with other different songs, like When I Kissed a Teacher, One of Us, which has been stuck in my head since the beginning. And I liked how they kept some of the other songs. Like of course they sang Mamma Mia again. They sang Dancing Queen again. I may be of the unpopular opinion, I liked this version of Dancing Queen better than the first movie's version. Donna's mom's played by Cher, so that's another reason I don't give a fuck she's supposed to be dead. Like, we love Cher. The moment she started singing Fernando, have to stand. And honestly, I think the only reason I noticed these differences, like I noticed the continuity issues, is because I essentially watched it back to back. But like, again, you're not supposed to take this movie seriously, so I didn't take it seriously. I had a lot of fun with it. And like the first movie, you could tell the actors also had a lot of fun making this movie. And the last song, not in the film itself, but the song used in the end credits that Cher is singing, maybe I wasn't even in a concert and I felt like I was at a concert. You know, these are just great family movies that I can watch over and over again. They're perfect comfort movies. That's how I would describe them. Because the Disco Party and the Mamma Mia movies put me in such a great mood, I was trying to find another fun movie to watch. I was going to rewatch Grease, but they took that off US Netflix and I don't know when, but I'm pretty pissed off about it. But what they did have was Hairspray. So I decided to rewatch Hairspray. This movie takes place in the 60s and it's about a fat girl who wants to be on TV, and she also wants to help with the segregation issues that are going on in Baltimore at the time. This is another musical. It's really fun. It's another movie to watch with the family and like scream along to because you love the song so much. And I had recently watched the Broadway show, so it was fun comparing the two because this movie actually made a lot of changes. But I don't want to get too deep into that because I will get to that later. And those were the 4 movies I watched in February. Now for the TV shows. There's 3 to talk about. The first one I want to talk about is the only one that I actually finished, and that is season 2 of Demon Slayer. This started airing in December, so I've been keeping up with season 2 for a while now. Demon Slayer is about a boy who lives in 1910s Japan, and they're run amok by these demons that eat humans. One day he comes home and his sister has been turned into a demon, so the rest of the story is him trying to find this like head demon and turn his sister back into a human. This show caught the world by storm, mostly because the animation's absolutely insane. But the reason I like it so much is because I like how sympathetic our main character is. Usually when I watch shows goes and someone kills the villain, they have no remorse. Not that they have to have remorse, because some of these villains are brutal, but Tanjiro does, no matter who the villain is. And then we see their backstories, and they're so sad. Like, I love a sympathetic antagonist, which I guess is a unpopular opinion. People don't want to feel bad for their villains, but I love a good sympathetic antagonist, and this show is full of them. I am constantly crying. As for season 2, which was the Entertainment District arc, I think, like, it did follow the same formulas as, you know, Mugen Train in season 1, but some of the things it did switch up. Like, I was expecting the one villain to be the ultimate villain, but then there was that plot twist. I was expecting it to end one way with the Hashira, and it did not end that way, and I do appreciate it, because then I feel like it would have been following the whole, like, Rengoku thing, and that definitely would have gotten repetitive. And just more information was revealed, like with Tanjiro's scar. It's not just a scar. Nezuko, like, she never reached her full power in Mugen Train in the first season like I thought she had. Like, she had more to show us. Inosuke is really, really growing on me thanks to this season. Actually, thanks to Mugen Train. I actually thought, a lot of people liked Inosuke since the moment he was introduced. I actually thought he was kind of annoying, but I like where he's going. I like how he's growing as a person, and I really like his dynamic with Tanjiro. I also like Zenitsu more in this season, but that's because he was asleep and he did not speak a fucking word. I am of the unpopular opinion that Zenitsu's really fucking annoying. I honestly don't like Zenitsu. He's growing on me, but not the way Inosuke is. Like, I genuinely like Inosuke. Zenitsu, even though he's growing on me, I just can't get myself to like him. But having said that, he was also like a boss-ass bitch in this season. Like, some of the things he pulled, good on you. I wish you could act like that more. I still just really like how this season ended. It gave us closure to the villains. The way the villains arc ended hit me right in the gut. Like, I actually cried for that one. That was very... It was bittersweet. And the season didn't really end on a cliffhanger like anime seasons tend to do. It gave me a sense of closure. I am content. So, it's not like, you know, Attack on Titan and some other animes I've seen where if the season ends and I have to wait a year or two for the next season, like, I'm impatient, I'm ready to go. With Demon Slayer, I'm very content, and if season 3 takes a while, then so be it. Like, the plot points that were introduced in season 2 at least got wrapped up. Those were essentially my thoughts on season 2. Also, because it's Demon Slayer, we gotta talk about the animation. The animation in the second to last episode was fucking insane. I have no words other than that. Mind-blowing. There's 2 more shows that I was watching in February, and the other one is still ongoing, which is season 4 part 2 of Attack on Titan. Cliffhanger after cliffhanger, plot twist after plot twist. Y'all got me fucked up with this. I think we're in what's called the rumbling arc, so right now we're seeing like the alliance of the characters. I'm still, like, it's not as exciting as the past arc, but, like, I'm still enjoying myself. I will say the manga readers on Twitter are kind of ruining it for me. It's just spoiler after spoiler. So, unfortunately, there's just, like, I have an idea of what's to come for the ending. What I will say, though, is Twitter made these scenes out to be, like, terrible. Like, I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was kind of expecting pure garbage. The most recent episode as of making this, that it was the one that ended with Connie saying to save the world. Twitter was calling it the cringe Avengers. They were saying like anime onlys are gonna think it's so stupid. So I went into it with low expectations, and it was fine. Like typical anime stuff that I've seen before. Like it's not like it was never done before. Am I like subconsciously going into like with low expectations and that's why everything seems better? Or are these things truly not as bad as the manga readers made it out to be? I'm trying to stay off like Attack on Titan Twitter. It's nothing but people fighting, and it's like, aren't you guys exhausted? Like, I'm exhausted just at the thought of it. You're not gonna get either side to agree with you. Like, the whole like ending defenders and ending hater thing, like, I think is so fucking stupid. When I found out one of the reasons the endings is so controversial, it's over fucking ships. How old are you guys? Like, come on. Like, I was flabbergasted by that. Like, who fucking cares? And it truly is taking away the enjoyment of Attack on Titan. So lately I've been staying off. I've actually been staying off Twitter in general. Like, I just want to enjoy a series for what it is. I don't want to hear these hot takes from manga readers because half the time they're trying to tell you what you should think. And I think that's obnoxious. So hopefully, after that long-winded rant, hopefully, like, staying off Twitter will help me enjoy the series more. I'm well aware, like, right now with the Alliance, this is where the fandom got really divided with the manga's direction. And I truly don't think it's that bad. Like, the rumbling arc's not like the most exciting thing I've ever seen in Attack on Titan, but it's not ruining that early journey for me, you know? And it's, I don't know, it sucks that so many people view it like that, but you know, what can you do? It is what it is, I guess. The third show I was watching in February is All of Us Are Dead. This is a Korean show about a zombie outbreak that happens in a high school. As of filming this, I have 2 episodes left and I will finish it this month. I don't know how I feel about the show because I was not liking it in the first 2 episodes, but I pushed through just because my friends watched it and wanted to hear my opinion. I was starting to like it in the middle, but now we're getting to the point where I'm not really liking it again. There's new things it had to offer, which I appreciate, but in the beginning, the plot armor, like, I knew obviously our main character has to live to tell the rest of the story, but like, I just thought the plot armor for certain characters was a little too obvious, because these zombies are fast, they run very fast, but I noticed when they were around the main characters, they were uncharacteristically slow. I got a few spoilers for the last 2 episodes and I'm not a fan, but we'll see. You'll see in my March wrap-up how I finally feel about this show. You know what? The final thing I want to talk about is the musical I saw. Hairspray came to Chicago in February, so I went to go see it. I went in with a bias of liking the movie, so yes, I was making some comparisons to the movie, but I would argue it's even funnier than the movie. The singing was great. And like I said when talking about the movie, it was fun seeing the differences. Like, the songs were placed differently. Link actually has his own song to sing in this, because I know Lady's Choice was a movie original, but they completely skipped the song he sings in the musical. What I did not know is that New Girl in Town was a movie original. I'm sitting here like waiting for it to happen, and it never happened because I love that song. And what was really cute was everyone in the audience was dancing during You Can't Stop the Beat. By dancing, I mean dancing in our seat. Obviously, we didn't get up before the show ended. People were humming along, which usually in other musicals that would bother me, but like, because You Can't Stop the Beat is such a fun song, it was okay in this instance. And during curtain call, everyone got up to dance and clap along to the song they were singing. I will say though, I do like the ending of the movie better than the musical, because in the movie it ends with Inez winning Miss Hairspray. But in the musical, Tracy does, which I know is a big thing in and of itself because she's a fat girl. That was part of the story. They didn't want a fat girl on TV. But I thought like a major part of the story was the problems of segregation. And earlier in the musical, they actually show Inez going to those auditions. So I thought it was going to end with her winning, and then it didn't. At least in my production, during curtain call, that's when Tracy crowns Inez for Miss Hairspray. But like, Inez is still not winning. Like, it's just Tracy handing over the crown that she won. You know, it's like an honor, it's an honorary award. It's not the actual award. And on that note, that is all I have to say for this video. Again, 4 movies, 1 completed TV show, 2 other ongoing ones, and 1 musical. It was a good month. I'm excited to see what March has in store. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the drill. And without further ado, I'm gonna peace out and I'll see you guys later. Ciao, tutti.